Person to Person with Charles Collingwood.
Lindley Armstrong Jones, who at an early age adopted the name Spike Jones, is generally regarded as the foremost musical satirist of our time. Spike Jones was born in Long Beach, California, started playing the piano as a lad of 7, turned to the drums a couple of years later, and thus began a most successful and rather amazing musical career. Mrs. Spike Jones is singer Helen Greco, who stars with Spike in his stage and television shows. Helen and Spike Jones and their children, Linda, Spike Jr., Leslie, and Gina Maria, live in this comfortable colonial-style house in Beverly Hills, California. Hello, Miss Jones.
Yeah.
Where's your daddy?
Huh?
Is your daddy here? Over there?
Huh?
I'll go find him.
Huh?
Hello, Spike.
Hi, Charles. How are you?
This where you dream up the gags and write your unique arrangements?
Yes, this is my office and my music room. This is where I plan all my musical destruction. Incidentally, this is my secretary and my daughter, Linda Lee.
Hello, Linda Lee.
Hello, Mr. Collingwood.
Honey, you can take this on to rehearsal, all right?
Fine, thank you.
It's all right, just the way it is.
Bye, Linda. Spike, what was the beginning of your musical mania?
Well, I'll tell you, Charles, I was a freelancing radio musician. I did Kraft Music Hall with John Scott Trotter and Bing Crosby, and I was with Victor Young and Rubinoff and many of the bands in radio. I was also the house drummer at Victor and Columbia and Decca. And one night I went to the Shrine Auditorium, and I was very fortunate in seeing Igor Stravinsky conduct his own composition, the Firebird Suite. On the stage, the Theodore Kozlov Ballet was dancing, and it happened that Mr. Stravinsky had on a new pair of patent leather pumps, and every time he'd rise to give a downbeat, his shoes would squeak. So during the beautiful passages of Firebird, Charles, you'd hear this all the time, you know? Well, I had a lot of trouble suppressing hysteria myself, and some of the other people were snickering. For some of the pseudos that came down just to be seen, they thought that Stravinsky had done it again and introduced a wonderful new percussive effect. However, I went home thinking if you could plan musical mistakes, possibly, sound effects in the place of notes to musical arrangements, that you might be able to get some laughs out of people. So I thought maybe like a monologist or a talking comedian makes grammatical errors, or a slapstick comedian falls down or bumps into a door, a comedy band might work out this way. So I got some of the boys together and we rehearsed and made some home recordings. And frankly, Charles, I've never seen such excitement in the record industry about signing up a band before or since. It seems that Decca wanted Columbia to have us, and Columbia wanted Victor to have us, and Victor finally signed us up for 4 sides just to get us out of the studio because Iturbi was coming in to make some piano recordings. So we recorded, and we got absolutely no place because the corny people thought we were subtle, and the subtle people thought we were corny. They didn't think that we knew any better, until we finally found a tune called De Fuhrer's Face, which more or less put us in business.
Spike, if you went to the Shrine Auditorium to hear Stravinsky conduct the Firebird, you must like good music.
Well, I do.
How do you justify what you do to it?
Well, if it wasn't for good music, what would I have to wreck, you know? Actually, I owe a lot to the composers, I really do. I admit I decompose what they have, but I really owe them a lot.
Spike, I hear that you have a small but remarkably good art collection in your home. Could we see some of it?
I should say, Charles, if you'd care to come with me, I'd be very happy to show it to you. We have in here, Charles, if you'll look closely, here's my picture of the Mona Lisa.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It varies somewhat from the original in the Louvre, doesn't it?
Well, I would say so, but of course she got that way from looking at television. I think she saw too many detective shows and got her private eyes crossed just a little bit.
Ah, Gainsborough is represented.
Yes, Charles.
An interesting change from the original.
Yes?
I would have sworn that was your face, and the shoes and stockings are a modification, aren't they?
That is my face. I'm wearing sneakers there, as you notice, because I figure if I was going to dress that way, I'd have to be prepared to run in a hurry, so to speak.
Any of the other fine arts represented here, Spike?
Oh, yes, I should say. In fact, an example is in my living room right now, my wife, one of the 7 lively arts, I would say. Hi, honey.
Hi, darling.
Hello, Helen.
Hi, Charles.
Helen, does Spike ring gongs and honk horns and fire guns around the house?
Well, no, really, he's terribly conservative. In fact, so much so that I worry about him sometimes. Really.
You really have to be a pretty good musician, don't you, to do this kind of thing?
Well, I should say you do. It takes much better than average musicians to play our type of musical satire. It really does.
Helen, do your children have the Jones aptitude for music?
Well, Charles, Leslie Ann, I'm certain is going to be a singer because every time I bring a script home, she's had it memorized the following day and knows all my songs. Spike Jr. is about to join the Dodgers, I think, because he's an avid baseball fan. And, of course, Gina's only 2, and it's a little difficult to tell right now.
Are they around the house?
Yes, they're out swimming. Shall we go out and meet them?
Love to.
All right.
Uh-oh. Hey, kids, come on over. Leslie, does Spike Jr. treat you like that all the time?
Well, most of the time, he usually throws me in.
Oh, there's a girl I know.
Finally made it.
She received me when I came in.
Gina, you
Hi,
gotta say hello to
Gina.
Charles.
Hello, Gina.
Gina, can you turn around?
I think Gina wants to go swimming.
She does, Charles. She's had 5 swimming lessons, and I think she's ready for the Olympics.
Oh, she's going to be. What a lovely family, Helen.
Thank you very much.
Aren't they a happy family? I'll be back with a word about next week's guests after this message.